Hi everyone, so today I'm going to show you a couple of tricks using an off-camera flash and your Olympus camera. So today I'm just featuring the EM10 Mark II, and if I get a chance I'll try a couple of shots with the TG5 as well, because these techniques should really work with any camera where you can control the exposure compensation. And for a flash, honestly, you really need a good quality flash that has a very high quality optical trigger on it. All of my Chinese branded flashes, the cheap $30 ones, and then my $85 Godox TT350, the optical triggers on those things just suck and don't work outdoors. I mean, I was using it indoors the other day in my other video, but when I'm outside, I have to use a good quality flash. So this is my Nikon SB800. This is about $180. The Nikon SB26 is about $70. It has a very good optical trigger. Only difference really is that the cycle time is a little slower. So you might be waiting, 10 or 15 seconds between full shots. But usually you don't need to shoot these at full power, even outdoors. Now, if you have the Olympus FL600R, I'm sure that has a very high quality optical trigger as well. I don't own that flash, so I can't tell you firsthand, but generally speaking, the Canons and the Nikons, and I'm sure the Olympus flash has a very high quality optical trigger on it. Now, the optical trigger will fire this flash from your camera's on-camera flash. So like on the Olympus EM10, it just pops up. The EM5s, they come with that little tiny flash and the Pen Fs. And then like the TG5 has the little built-in flash as well. But like I said, any camera that has exposure compensation control, these techniques should work. Now, let's go ahead and get started with the settings. I've done a full factory reset on my EM10 Mark II. And on this flash, when I'm outdoors, I'd like to start at about 1/16th power. When I'm indoors, I start at 1/32 or 1/64th, but outdoors, I start at 1/16th power for this flash. Less powerful flashes, you might need to set a little higher to like 1/4, but in any case, when I start at 1/16th, it gives me some wiggle room to move the power up and down, brighter or darker, so that I get the exposure I'm looking for. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to separate the subject from the background by crushing the ambient light around. So I'll be using Ellie as my subject. She's sitting here very patiently waiting for a treat. There she is. She's so good. But we'll take one picture in program mode just to see what you see come straight out of camera, and then I'll show you how to really up your photography with just one simple flash. All right, so let's just take a picture in program mode. And only thing I need to change is I want to shoot RAW plus JPEG. That's fine. All right. Sit down, stay. And let's see. Stay. Let me try and get a little better composition. Stay. Okay, that'll work. All right, look at me. All right, so that's the typical shot you get just in program mode. Now let me show you what you need to do. So first thing you do is just go ahead and pop up the flash on the Olympus EM10 or turn it on in the TG5. But let's go into the super control panel and change this from auto to manual. And then I'm going to turn this power all the way down to its lowest setting, 1/64th, because that'll be enough power to trigger this flash without affecting the exposure in general. Now, the other thing I need to do is rotate the front dial here until I get to about a -5, and that's the maximum. Oh, now everything's blinking, but we're okay. You see how everything's blinking? That means that the camera is not able to do what you're asking it. So if you get that, just rotate the exposure comp until it stops. So in this case, I could only go to -1.7, but I'm going to be down on the ground, so I should be fine. All right, let me try another shot, stay. And again, I have the flash at 1/16 power. Let's see how that looks. Oops, let me change the focus point to something like that. And I'm going to shine the flash so that, or I'm going to hold the flash so that the optical trigger is facing the flash on the camera. And then I want to point the flash kind of into her eyes a little bit so I get that nice specular. And let's take a look. Yeah, that's pretty good. But you can see how by dialing in a -5 exposure compensation crushed all of the ambient light, and then all I had to do is illuminate the subject. All right, so let me show you how to turn the daytime into nighttime and use the off-camera flash at the same time. So this is a common trick to do turn daytime into nighttime. Is basically you just go into the white balance settings like so, and you change this to incandescent like that, which is the light bulb, or tungsten, some cameras call it that. But then you also have to go into the menu on the Olympus cameras down here to color and white balance. And right here, this is the flash white balance, the lightning bolt plus white balance. You want to take that off of auto, like so. And then the other thing you want to do is you want to change your exposure comp here, because when I took the few pictures before, everything was almost black already. At night, you want to kind of project maybe kind of a moonlight kind of look. So I'm going to turn this back up to maybe, and I'm just looking at the back of the live view to kind of get a feel. But -3 looks about right. And again, we're still in program mode. Let me turn the ISO to 200. All right, let's try that. Sit down. Good girl. All right, so that's pretty much it to do those two little tricks, you know, crushing ambient light and isolating your subject, because sometimes you don't have depth of field, right? So you have to do it another way. And this is one of my favorite ways, is by crushing ambient light with your flash. And then turning day into night is really easy. Just change your white balance to tungsten, and then adjust the ambient exposure or the exposure compensation so that the ambient light around looks like it's kind of lit by the moon. You know, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments below, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.